The deadliest warrior slept, blinded 200 years, until a human touched her blade and heard. Missed me. Opening. The silence of a forgotten god. There are places in the galaxy where even sound seems afraid to exist. Vault Theta 9 was one of them. It drifted in permanent orbit around a dead red dwarf, its hull the color of old bone, its surface carved with alien sigils so ancient that no living species could fully translate them anymore. No lights blinked on its exterior. No engines hummed. No beacons called out into the void. For 200 years, it had slept. And for 200 years, every intelligent species that passed through the Caro's reach avoided it. Not because of superstition. Because of memory. The Kthari Dominion remembered Vault Theta 9 as a tomb. The Virile remembered it as a warning. The Council of Nine recorded it under a single classification. Containment failure. If breached, extinction level event possible. Inside that vault, sealed beneath layered null fields and psionic dampeners, lay a single being. She had many names. To the Kthari, she was Veilrix the World Ender. To the Virile, the Blind Blade. To the extinct Sarnathi, whose world still burned in old star charts, she had been known simply as Death. Her true name was lost to time. What remained was legend. They said she had been born without sight, yet saw battle more clearly than any creature with eyes. That she could hear the intention behind a heartbeat, feel the trajectory of violence before it existed. That she fought not with rage, but with perfect, terrifying calm. She had ended wars by herself. She had turned planetary invasions into mass surrenders. And when the galaxy finally united to stop her, when fleets burned and armies died, they did not kill her. They could not. So they blinded her further, shattered her sensory link to the cosmos, sealed her in stasis, and locked her away. 200 years passed. Empires rose. Empires fell. And humanity, new fragile, underestimated humanity, entered the galactic stage, which is how a human exploration vessel, UNS Wayfarer, found itself drifting too close to a forgotten god. Rising conflict, the small ones who didn't know better. Commander Elias Ward stood on the bridge of the Wayfarer, arms folded behind his back, eyes fixed on the slowly rotating structure outside the viewport. Still no response, his navigator said. No power spikes. No active defense systems. That's because it's dead, muttered Dr. Lien Chun, the ship's xenohistorian. Or asleep. Or waiting. Depending on which civilization you ask. Ward exhaled slowly. Humanity had been in the galactic community for less than 40 years. They were still considered probationary, useful, adaptable, brave maybe, but naive. Especially when it came to ancient alien warnings. Remind me again, Ward said calmly, why the Council flagged this area as restricted, but didn't bother removing the vault. Chen's fingers danced over her datapad. Because the last species that tried lost 3 fleets and a star system. And the species before them lost their homeworld. And the species before them doesn't exist anymore. A silence fell over the bridge. Finally, the engineer, Marcus Hale, cleared his throat. So, we're not poking it, right? Ward didn't answer immediately. The Wayfarer was a deep space survey vessel. Their mission was to map dark sectors, investigate anomalies, and recover pre-collapse technology when possible. Vault Theta 9 was a pre-collapse artifact, and humanity needed every advantage it could get. We send a probe, Ward decided. No boarding. No breaches. Just data. Chun hesitated. Commander, the legends say. I know what the legends say, Ward interrupted gently. They also said warp travel was impossible. That humans couldn't survive high-G combat. That we'd tear ourselves apart before leaving our solar system. He turned toward her. Legends are just stories until someone proves them right. The probe launched. It drifted silently toward the vault, scanning, mapping, reading energy signatures that hadn't changed in centuries. Then, something moved. Not physically, but every sensor on the Wayfarer screamed at once. Commander, the navigator shouted. We're detecting, I don't know how to describe it, awareness. Chen's face went pale. She's waking up. No, Hale whispered. She can't. the stasis. A voice echoed through the probe's audio feed. Not spoken aloud. Felt. A whisper wrapped in steel and memory. Still breathing. The bridge froze. Then the probe feed cut out. And Vault Theta 9 powered up for the first time in 200 years. Rising conflict. The galaxy holds its breath. The activation sent shockwaves through subspace. Across the Caro's reach, alarms flared. Ancient treaties activated. Emergency councils convened in frantic haste. The blind blade was no longer silent. Kthari warships altered course immediately, forming a containment perimeter around the vault. Virile diplomats screamed demands into the void, ordering humanity to withdraw. And on the Wayfarer, Commander Ward stared at the vault as its surface sigils glowed a dim, ominous red. "We're being hailed," the navigator said. "Multiple channels. Council priority." Ward nodded. "Patch them through." The hologram flickered to life, revealing a dozen alien faces, tentacled, chitinous, luminous-eyed, each one a representative of a species that had survived Veilrix. A Kthari elder spoke first, his voice trembling with barely restrained fury. "Human Commander, you have violated a galactic quarantine older than your species. You will withdraw immediately." Chun stepped forward. "Elder, we didn't know." "You were warned," snapped a Virile. "Your kind always underestimates what came before." Ward raised a hand. "We're not here to conquer anything," he said evenly. "We're explorers. Whatever's in that vault is a monster," the Kthari hissed. "One that slaughtered billions. One that cannot be reasoned with." As if on cue, the vault emitted a low harmonic vibration that rattled the Wayfarer's hull. Chun swallowed hard. "Commander, the stasis field is destabilizing. Something's interfering from the inside." The Elder's eyes widened. "She senses you." Ward's jaw tightened. "What happens if she wakes fully?" The council went silent. Then, quietly, the Elder answered. "She finishes what she started." Human response. The one who stepped forward. The vault opened. Not explosively. Not violently. Like a door being unlocked after a long, patient wait. Inside, the chamber was vast and dark, lit only by faint blue stasis light. And at its center, suspended in a field of distorted gravity, floated a humanoid figure clad in ancient armor. Her eyes were covered with smooth metal plates fused to her skull. Her hands rested on a blade longer than a human was tall. And she was awake. A voice echoed through the chamber, transmitted directly into the minds of every sentient within range. 2 centuries. Still alive. Still afraid. Kthari ships powered weapons. Virile fleets backed away in panic. And humanity watched. Veilrix drifted free of her stasis field, landing softly on the vault floor. She tilted her head. New heartbeat. Fragile. Loud. Her head turned, unerringly, toward the Wayfarer. "Human." Chun gasped. She knows us." Ward didn't move. "Commander," Hale whispered, "we should run." Ward nodded once. "Get the crew ready. Evac pods on standby." "And you?" Ward removed his command insignia and placed it on the console. "I'm going in." Chun spun toward him. "What?" "She's already awake," Ward said calmly. "If she decides to wipe us out, running won't change that. But maybe talking will." The council erupted in protests. "You will die," the Elder roared. Ward met his gaze. "Maybe. But humans have a bad habit of surviving things we shouldn't." Minutes later, a single human shuttle detached from the Wayfarer. One life sign aboard. Commander Elias Ward. Climax. The blade remembers. Veilrix stood motionless as the shuttle docked. She did not turn. She did not need to. Ward stepped onto the vault floor, every instinct screaming at him to flee. The air felt heavy, like standing beneath a storm that hadn't decided whether to break. He swallowed and spoke aloud, voice steady. "My name is Elias Ward. I'm human." The blade hummed. "I know what you are." Ward took a careful step closer. "You've been asleep a long time." A pause. "Imprisoned." "Yes," Ward agreed softly. "You have." Her grip tightened on the hilt. "They feared me." "They feared what you could do," Ward said. Same as they fear us, sometimes. That got her attention. Her head tilted. You compare yourself to me? Ward smiled faintly. Not in strength. In reputation. Silence stretched. Then, slowly, Velrix extended the blade outward, its edge hovering inches from Ward's chest. Touch it. Every alien watching screamed in terror. Ward hesitated for half a second. Then he reached out. His fingers closed around the cold metal. And the blade spoke. Not aloud, but inside his soul. Missed me. The vault shook. Velrix froze. For the first time in 200 years, her heartbeat spiked. You heard it. Ward winced, gripping his head. Yeah. Loud and clear. Impossible. Her voice, once emotionless, now trembled. Only my kind can hear weapons like that. Ward finished. Yeah. About that. Humans bond with tools. We always have. Memories flooded the blade. Battlefields. Hands gripping hilts. Last stands. Hope forged in steel. Velrix staggered back. You fight with connection. Ward nodded. We fight with whatever we have. Sometimes that's strength. Sometimes it's each other. She lowered the blade. Why are you not afraid? Ward met her unseen gaze. I am. But fears never stopped us before. Resolution, the warrior who chose to see. The council waited for slaughter. Instead, they witnessed something unprecedented. Velrix knelt. Not in submission. In acknowledgement. 2 centuries of silence. And the first voice I hear is human. Ward released the blade gently. You don't have to be alone anymore, he said. But you also don't get to be a weapon again. Not unless you choose to protect, not destroy. Silence. Then, I am tired of being death. The vault's energy subsided. Weapons powered down across the Caro's reach. The blind blade rose, standing beside the small, fragile human who had touched her weapon and lived. If the galaxy fears me, she said slowly, then let them learn who I am now. Ward exhaled. Welcome to the mess, he said. We're pretty good at turning monsters into allies. Ending what it meant to be human. In the cycles that followed, the galaxy rewrote its legends. Vault Theta 9 became an embassy. Velrix became a guardian. And humanity, once dismissed as reckless and weak, earned a new reputation. They were the ones who stepped forward when others hid. The ones who spoke when silence reigned. The ones who believed even the deadliest warrior could choose a different path. And for the first time, the galaxy understood what it truly meant to be human. If this story moved you, subscribe for more human stories from the stars. Milky Way.